to Cambridge Chemistry channel with Sarvat Ahmed. Be sure to like the video and subscribe this. Really helps the channel to grow. Today I will discuss a Cambridge O level 5070 paper 1 to May June 2022. Let's start. A student investigates the rate of reaction between calcium carbonate and hydrochloric acid. The volume of gas in syringe is recorded after 1 minute. The experiment is repeated using different concentration of hydrochloric acid. Which additional piece of apparatus are essential for the investigation? Volume of gas is recorded after 1 minute. And the experiment is repeated using different concentration of hydrochloric acid. Which additional apparatus are essential for the investigation? Balance calcium reaction between calcium carbonate, balance measuring cylinder, stop clock to measure the time, balance to measure the mass of reactant used. So all these apparatuses are used to record the rate of reaction between calcium carbonate and hydrochloric acid. So all these all these conditions are essential, or these apparatuses are essential for the investigation. 1 and 2, 1, 3, 2 and 3. So all these conditions, D option is correct option. Question number 1, which statement is correct? A mixture of liquid which statement? Mixture of liquid with boiling point Question number 2, which statement is correct? A mixture of liquid with boiling points which differ 35 degrees centigrade can be separated by fractional distillation. Mixture of liquids with boiling point which differ by this must be correct. Allocating agents are needed to identify the colors present in ink. No. Locating agents are needed to identify the colorless substance. So this is incorrect. The desalination of seawater to produce pure water is achieved by fractional distillation. So desalination of seawater to produce pure water is distillation only, not fractional distillation. The RF value of dye is in a chromatogram can be calculated using a formula. RF is equal to distance moved by the solvent is incorrect. Spot divided by solvent. So A option is correct. Some reactions of an aqueous solution of compound X are given. When few drops of aqueous sodium hydroxide are added, a white precipitate is formed. When dilute nitric acid is added and mixture is formed, a gas is formed. Dilute nitric acid and mixture is formed. A gas is formed. The gas decolorizes acidified potassium. This is sulfur dioxide. When dilute nitric acid and aqueous barium nitrate are added, no visible reaction. Barium nitrate, it means sulfate ions are absent. So if with sodium hydroxide white precipitates, that might be aluminium, zinc, lead and calcium. So these 4 ions might be possible. What can be deduced about the identity of X? If sulfur dioxide is produced, it means nitrate ions are there. Dilute nitric acid is nitrite ion, is sulfite ion, not nitrite ion. This is sulfite ion. What can be deduced about the identity of X? X contain only aluminium sulfate. SO4 thrice. X contains only calcium sulfite. So calcium sulfite might be correct option. Calcium sulfite, because white precipitate is formed, and with addition of nitric acid, sulfur dioxide is produced. X must sulfate ions are present, so this is incorrect. X must contain aluminum sulfate or zinc sulfate. X must contain aluminum sulfate, calcium sulfite, aluminum sulfite, calcium sulfite, and zinc sulfite. So the first statement is correct in context of calcium sulfite, zinc sulfite, and aluminum sulfite, as well as second statement. So X might be aluminum sulfate, calcium sulfite, or zinc sulfite. Both three cations, and sulfite ion is present. Sulfate ions are absent, so that's why D option is correct. Which set of changes to the conditions increases the volume of gas? Increases the volume of gas. And pressure decreases and temperature increases. Yes, because pressure is inversely proportional to volume of gas. When pressure increases, volume is decreases, and when pressure decreases, volume is increases. So this is correct. And by increasing temperature is inversely proportional to volume of gas. So by increasing temperature, volume is increased. So A option is correct. Ethylamine and hydrogen chloride gas react together to form a white solid ethylamine hydrochloride. At which position in the test tube would a ring of solid white ethylamine hydrochloride form? So ethylamine hydrochloride is C2H5NH2, and this is HCl. So 36.5, and this is 24 plus 7 plus 14, and the MR of ethylamine is 24 7 31, and 31 14 is 45. So MR of ethylamine is more, so the higher the MR, slower the rate of diffusion, and lower the MR, quicker the rate of diffusion. So rate of diffusion is faster when MR is increased. Rate of diffusion is slower in case of higher MR, and rate of diffusion is faster in case of lower MR. So HCl is lower MR, first it evaporates, then diffuses. Evaporate and diffuses takes more time, and the spot white solid is formed at the point A, position A. At white solid is formed at A, because ethylamine takes more time to diffuse, while it quickly diffuses and react with ethylamine at position A to form white solid. Element X can be represented by symbol 6 and 14. Which statement about an atom of element are correct? X is correct. It has 6 electrons. Yes, this is correct. It has 8 protons. No. It is an isotope of carbon. Yes. It is an isotope of nitrogen. No, it is not correct. So the option is C, because 1 and 3 are present. 1 and 3 are correct. Two isotopes are chlorine 35, chlorine 37, using how many different relative molecular masses are possible? C12 and H1, and Cl35 and Cl37. So how many isotopes are formed? How many different relative molecular masses are possible for the compound with molecular C2H3Cl3, C2H3Cl37, Cl37, Cl37, C2H3Cl3, C2H3, Cl37, Cl35, Cl35, C2H3Cl3, C2H3Cl37, Cl37, Cl35, C2H3Cl3 is C2H3Cl35, Cl35 and Cl35. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 different MR relative molecular masses are possible for the compound with molecular formula C2H3Cl3. C option is correct. Which row is correct? Element graphite and iron. Elements methane and water. Compounds mixtures air and copper is element. So graphite iron elements, sand and water compounds, air bros are mixtures. So B option is correct. Which statement about ionic compound is correct? They are all solid. They are all solids at room temperature. Yes, it is correct. They all conduct electricity at room temperature. Incorrect. They are all soluble in water. Some are insoluble in water. They all have strong intermolecular, strong electrostatic force of attraction. So A option is correct. Instead of intermolecular, strong electrostatic force of attraction is present. A molecule of tetrafluorosilane is shown in the dot and cross diagram. Only the outer shell electrons are shown. This is the dot and cross diagram of tetra SiF4 tetrafluorosilane. Each molecule of SiF4 has exactly 16 pairs of electrons. Each molecule SiF4 has exactly 16 pairs of electron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 pairs of electron. Exactly not 16 pairs, because this is outer shell electron, so inner shells are not there, so that's why it is incorrect. In SiF4, both the silicon and the fluorine have the same electronic configuration as neon. F4, both silicon is equal to argon, while fluorine is equal to neon. So it is also incorrect. Molten SiF4 will conduct electricity. It is covalent compound, so it cannot conduct electricity. SiF4 has a low melting point. It has low melting point because it is simple molecule. The table describes two properties associated with metals, which row shows a correct reason for the stated property. Uh, m- uh, Malleables. The layers of metal anions can slide. No, layers of metal atoms can slide over each other. Malleable cation, not anions are delocalized, so cannot slide over. Malleable, yes. The layers of metal cations can slide over each other. Yes, it is correct. So B option is correct. Conduct electricity. Metallic structure contain mobile anions. Metallic structure contains, correct reasons. Conduct electricity. Metallic structure contains the layers of metals of metallic structures contain mobile, not mobile anions, mobile electrons. Uh, Conduct electricity. Metallic structure contain mobile cations, mobile electrons. Cations are in fixed position, so this is incorrect. So B option must be correct. Rather, B is correct, not more. Aqueous silver nitrate react with aqueous potassium chromate K2CrO4 to give a yellow precipitate. What is the ionic equation for this reaction? AgNO3. What is the ionic equation for this reaction? This is aqueous. AgNO3 aqueous plus K2CrO4 to form Ag2 CrO4 plus KNO3 aqueous. This is solid, this is aqueous. K is aqueous, cancelled out. NO3 is aqueous, cancelled out. So Ag is 2Ag and 2KNO3. So 2Ag positive, CrO4 2 minus to form Ag2CrO4 solid. What is the relative formula mass of anhydrous sodium carbonate? Na2CO3 is equal to, sodium is 23 into 2 plus carbon is 12 plus 16 into 3. The answer is 106. What contains the greatest mass of solute? 100 centimeter cube of 1 mole per dm cube sodium hydroxide. 100 centimeter cube one into 100 divided by 1000. 1 divided by 10 is equal to 0.1 into 40 is equal to 4 gram. 0.05 into 500 divided by 98, sorry, divided by 1000. So this is equal to 0.05 into 500 divided by 1000 is equal to 0. The moles are 0.025 multiplied by 98. 98 is mR of sulfuric acid into 98 is equal to 2.45. The answer is 2.45 gram. 1 into 0.10 into 1 dm cube, 1 into 0.10 is equal to 0.1, and 0.1 potassium hydroxide is, potassium is 39 plus 16 plus 1 is equal to 56 into 56, 0.1 into 56. This is equal to 5.6. So this is 5.6. Now come to the D option. One dm cube this is 5.4. So now 0.10 into 1 dm, 0.10 into 2 dm cube, 0.1 into 0.01 into 2 is equal to 0.02. So this is 0.02 into, mole is 0.02 into 36.5 is mR of HCl. This is mole into 36.5, 0.73. So it's, this says 0.73. This is 2.5 gram, and just say 5 point. So this option is correct. How many tons of aluminum oxide are required to produce 27 tons of aluminium? How many tons of aluminum oxide required 27 tons of aluminium? Aluminium plus oxygen. So 27 tons. 27 7 into 4. To produce 27 tons. So first find out moles of aluminum. MR of aluminum oxide is 2 moles. Molar mass is 2 into 27 into 2 plus 48. The mass is 2 4 into 27 plus 48, 156. So 156 grams required, 4 into 27. So this is equal to 108. So what would be the aluminum oxide required to form 27 tons? Cross multiply. X is equal to 156 into 27 divided by 108. 156 into 27 divided by 108. Twenty-seven into 2 plus is equal to 54 plus 48, 102 into 2. This is 204, not, this is 204 gram. This is molar mass of 2 moles of, and required aluminum 27 into 4, 108. Now this is 204 into 27 divided by 108. The answer is 51. So B option is correct. Dilute sulfuric acid is electrolyzed, hydrogen gas and oxygen gas are produced. Which row correctly describe what happened? Dilute sulfuric acid is electrolyzed, hydrogen gas and oxygen gas are produced. Oxygen gas is produced by using OH ion to form 4OH ion, 2H2O plus oxygen gas plus 4 electron. This reaction at anode and this reaction at cathode. 2 hydrogen ion plus 2 electron to form hydrogen gas. So at anode, oxygen is produced at anode, hydrogen is produced at cathode. Concentration of acid increases because hydrogen and OH ion is used up. So the concentration of dilute sulfuric acid changes into concentrated sulfuric acid. Anode cathode increases. So B option is correct. Question number 17. Aluminium can be extracted by electrolysis of aluminum oxide dissolved in a molten cryolite. Which reaction takes place during the electrolysis? At anode, oxide ion to form oxygen gas plus 4 electron. At cathode, these are the reaction takes place during the electrolysis. Reaction at anode. To reaction at anode. 2 oxide ion minus 4 electron. Whether it is written as 2 oxide ion, oxygen gas plus 4 electron, or minus 4. So this must be correct, this is not correct. So these two are these reactions carried out at cathode. Incorrect, incorrect. Aluminium. 3 aluminum carrying 3 positive charge, 3 electrons. So this option D is correct option. Which reaction is exothermic? Combustion of methane is exothermic. Cracking of hydrocarbon. Decomposition of water into hydrogen and oxygen. This is also decomposition. Photosynthesis in plants is exothermic. Decomposition is endo. This is endo. Photosynthesis is endo. Combustion is correct option. What is the correct balanced equation and enthalpy change delta H for the complete combustion of butanol? C4CO2 5H2O. 5 to the 10 and 11, 5 to 5, 4 to the 8 and 5 13. This is incorrect. C4H9 OH 4CO2 5H2O. 5 to the 10 and 11. So this is also incorrect. And this reaction is endothermic, no, exothermic, not exothermic. Not endothermic, it's exothermic reaction. C option is 5H2O 6O2 and 6O2 6 to the 12 and 1 13, 4 to the 8 and 5 13, 4 carbon, 5 to the 10, 5 9 and 1 10, 5H2. So C option must be correct and reaction is exothermic. Bromide and hydrogen ion react according to the equation shown. Some apparatus for measuring how the rate of this reaction varies over time is suggested. Gas range balance pH meter. So all these because of gas range balance pH meter. Gas range. No, because no gas is produced over here. Balance is not required because bromate ions, hydrogen ion, bromine gas. So over here hydrogen ion and water is formed. So that's why pH meter is used to measure the rate of reaction. So D option is correct. 21. 25 centimeter cube of 1 mole per dm cube, 10 gram of solid to produce hydrochloric acid react 10 gram of solid to produce a gas. The solid is in excess. The graph labeled first experiment shows the volume of gas produced over time. The graph labeled first experiment shows the volume of gas produced over time. Graph P and Q shows the volume of gas produced under different conditions. Which change in condition produce graph P and Q if all other conditions are kept the same? P uses catalyst. P uses catalyst and Q has lowered the temperature. Q has lower temperature. P uses 25 centimeter cube more concentrated acid and Q uses smaller pieces of solid. Smaller pieces of solid. P uses a catalyst, Q has a lower temperature. So this solid is in excess. So P uses 25 centimeter cube, more concentrated. So if limiting reactant is increased, the graph two curves does not cannot meet at the same point. So this is incorrect. P uses catalyst and Q has lower temperature. Lowers the activation energy. It lowers the activation energy. So concentrated acid uses a catalyst and Q has a lower temperature. So all other conditions are constant. So P if all other conditions are constant, volume of gas produced over time, gas produced under different conditions. P uses a higher temperature. P uses a high temperature and Q uses 25 centimeter cube of more diluted. So this will be diluted and this is limiting reactant. So less number of moles are produced, as well as temperature rate of reaction is slow. At high temperature, P uses higher temperature. So at higher temperature reaction is going to increase and a steeper curve is produced. This is first experiment, this is second experiment by changing the temperature. So by changing the temperature, only rate of reaction is faster, but it has same number of moles. So C option is correct. P uses smaller pieces of solid, Q uses larger pieces of solid. All other conditions are constant. Nitrogen dioxide is dark brown gas that decomposes as shown in the equation. The diagram shows a glass flask containing a mixture of the three gases. The mixture is pale brown. More oxygen is forced into the flask. Which color change is more oxygen? So reaction will shift backward as towards the lower concentration. So it becomes darker brown. A option is correct. What is an observation of an oxidation process? Blue copper sulfate crystals turning a white powder. Oxidation process. Blue copper sulfate crystals turning to white powder when heated. So blue copper sulfate, only water is evaporate and white powders copper sulfate is formed. This is not oxidation process. Copper being deposited on the cathode during this is a reduction because copper gains electron to form copper solid. So this is incorrect. Green gas being produced at the anode. Green gas produced at the anode when sodium chloride. So chlorine gas is chlorine gas. So in case of sodium chloride, anode reaction is 2Cl negative to form Cl2 plus 2 electrons. So chlorine is green gas. So this option is correct option. White precipitate form when aqueous silver ions react with aqueous chloride ions. White precipitate. So this is ionic precipitation, not oxidation process. AgCl is formed. So this is incorrect. An excess of aqueous iodide ion is added to acidified aqueous potassium manganate 7. Which row is correct? Aqueous iodide ions plus MnO4 ion to form iodine. Iodide ion is oxidized. Color of the solution, color of the final solution is brown because it turns brown in color. It is colorless. It is oxidized minus losing electrons. So oxidation state is increased. So iodide ion is oxidized. Colorless, not correct. Oxidized brown, this must be correct. Reduced and not reduced, not colorless. Reduced brown, this is incorrect. When ammonia gas is dissolved in water, a reversible reaction takes place. Ammonia gas, which statements are correct? Ammonia is an alkali because it produces hydroxide ions in solution. Yes, it is correct. The pH of this solution not 7. Adding hydroxide ions to the mixture. Adding hydroxide ions to the mixture at equilibrium produces more ammonia. Hydroxide ions to producing, yes, more ammonia is formed. Reaction will shift backward and more ammonia is formed. So this is correct option. B is correct option. 3 dilute solutions of acid, each with a concentration of 0.01 mole per dm cube, are reacted separately with excess calcium carbonate until there is no further reaction. The same volume of acid is used each time. The carbon dioxide produced is collected and its volume measured. All measurements are at room temperature and pressure. Excess calcium, there is no further reaction. CaCO3 plus water plus CO2. The carbon dioxide produced is collected and its volume measured. All measurements are at room temperature. If you said the pH is 2 or 1.7. Acid 1, 220 centimeter cube. HCl. It is dilute sulfuric acid, not hydrochloric acid. pH is 1.7. Volume of carbon dioxide okay. What are possible identities of the acids? Acid 1, acid 1 is 20 centimeter cube. 40 centimeter cube with sulfuric acid as 2 moles of hydrogen, so more volume of carbon dioxide is produced. and pH of ethanoic acid is 3.4, and less volume of gas is because hydrogen ion, and less volume 20 centimeter cube is produced. So acid 1 is hydrochloric acid, acid 2 is sulfuric acid, acid 3 is ethanoic acid. So nitric acid is hydrochloric acid is not correct because in case of concentrated nitric acid, nitrogen dioxide is also produced. So that's why it is correct. It is not correct. Sulfuric acid is correct. Nitric acid is not. So A option must be correct. The steps for the preparation of pure sample of sodium nitrate are listed. Titrate with steps for the preparation of pure sample of sodium nitrate are listed. Titrate with dilute nitric acid until the end point is seen. Evaporate to concentrate the solution. Rinse out the conical flask. Add indicator. Pipette are known. Volume of aqueous. Into a conical flask. Cool and filter to remove the crystal. Repeat using the same volume of aqueous sodium hydroxide and dilute nitric acid, but no indicator. Pipette a known volume of aqueous sodium hydroxide into conical flask. This is first. Add indicator. This is second point. First point, second, and then titrate with dilute nitric acid, third, and and rinse out the conical flask. This is fourth, and evaporate to repeat using the same volume of aqueous sodium hydroxide and dilute nitric acid, but no indicator. This is fifth, and then evaporate to concentrate the solution. This is 6, and cool and filter to remove crystals. This is last point. So first come 5, then 4, then 1, then 3, then 7, 2, and 6. D option is correct. A white compound is insoluble in water which contains anions could be present in the white compound is insoluble in water. White compound, it is soluble. Calcium is soluble. Carbonate is insoluble. Nitrate is which cation and ions could be present in the compound? Insoluble in water. Sodium are soluble in water. Calcium is soluble in water. Carbon not soluble in water. Carbon is insoluble in water. so it is absent. Nitrate is insoluble in water, it is soluble. C is absent. Calcium is present. Calcium cation is insoluble. Present. Calcium must be present. Carbonate is present. Nitrate is absent. C option is correct. The flow chart describes the preparation of ammonium sulfate. Okay. What are elements 1 to 4? Air, from air it is nitrogen. Element 2, element 2 is oxygen. Element 3 is Haber process, hydrogen. Element 4 is sulfur. Contact process, this is sulfur plus oxygen, sulfur dioxide, and air, nitrogen, hydrogen. Haber process used ammonia, and contact process sulfuric acid. So ammonia react with sulfuric acid to form ammonium sulfate. Hydrogen and sulfur. A option is correct option. Which row correctly shows the possible uses of sulfur dioxide and sulfuric acid? Sulfur dioxide as a bleaching agent and sulfuric acid as a battery. Killing bacteria in food as a bleach, making detergent as a battery acid, making fertilizers. So as a bleach, as a battery acid. A option is correct. Selenium is in group 6 of and gallium is in group 3. Which prediction can be made from this information? A gallium atom has 3 more protons than selenium atom. Gallium has 31 and selenium has 34. Gallium atom has 3 more protons. Not selenium has 3 more protons, which is incorrect. Gallium is more likely to form negative ions than selenium ion. Selenium forms negative ions. This can be this is positive. Incorrect. Selenium atom have fewer valence electrons than gallium atom. Selenium atom has more valence electrons than gallium atom. This is incorrect. Selenium has more non-metallic character than gallium. Selenium is present in group 6, so it has more non-metallic character than gallium. So D is correct option. Which statement about some metals and their compound is correct? Calcium react with cold water but not with steam. Calcium react with cold water as well as steam, so this is incorrect. Lead carbonate decomposes at higher temperature than zinc carbonate. Zinc carbonate decomposes at higher temperature because zinc is highly reactive than lead, so it is incorrect. Magnesium can be extracted from its oxide by heating strongly with the magnesium can only be extracted by using electrolysis of its compound, so it cannot be uh, extracted by heating with carbon because it is above than carbon in the reactivity series, so it is incorrect. Pure aluminum react with cold dilute hydrochloric acid. Yes, it is correct. The diagram shows an experiment to determine the percentage of oxygen in air. Which diagram shows the correct level of water after the candle stops burning? When the candle stops burning, so oxygen is used up in burning of the candle, so it stopped burning because oxygen is present in the vacuum. And when oxygen is used up, level of water rises. A level of level of water will rise, so there is no rising of water. Incorrect. There is at the same level, so C option is correct because water is level 1/4 of the, because oxygen is present 21% by volume of in air, so C option must be correct. The addition reaction between hydrocarbon X and bromine forms only one product. Which compound is X? Between hydrocarbon X and bromine, it is B. B is alkene. C2H4, when bromine is added, only one product is formed, C2H4 Br2. 35. A series of reactions producing propanol from the naphtha fraction of petroleum is shown. Naphtha. What are process X and Y? This is alkene and then alcohol. Naphtha, from naphtha it is cracking, and alkene addition reaction with steam. So A option is correct. 36. The structures of 4 alcohols are shown. Which statement is correct? Alcohol 1 can be made by the addition of steam to an alkene. No, it cannot be formed because it is one carbon atom over here, so it cannot be formed by addition of steam to an alkene. So this is incorrect. Alcohol 2 can be made from the glucose. Yes, alcohol ethanol is formed by glucose C6H12O6 to form in the presence of yeast 20 to 40 degrees centigrade to form C2H5OH plus carbon dioxide. So this is correct option. Which compounds have the molecular formula C3H6O2? Methyl ethanoate. CH3 CO2 CH3 C3 H6O2 methyl methanoate CO2 C2H5. This is ethyl methanoate 1023 C3H6O2. Propanoic acid CH3CH2 CO2H C3H6O2. The option is correct. An organic compound has the empirical formula CH2O. Which row shows a possible correct name and structure for this compound? Which row shows the possible correct name and structure for this compound? An organic compound has the empirical formula CH2O, CH3OH, so H4O. So this is incorrect. And methanol, it is not correct structure. It is HHOH. Methanoic acid O2H CH2 O2 HCO. Structure is, and empirical formula is not of this compound, so this is incorrect. Ethanol structure is correct, but C2H5OH C2H6O3, so this is not the correct empirical formula. CH3CH2 the formula is CH3CO2H. This is C2H4O2. The structure empirical formula is CH2O. This is correct, and the structure is also correct. D option is correct option. Which statement is correct? Complex carbohydrates such as starch are hydrolyzed to give simple sugar. Yes, it is correct. Starch is polymer and it is hydrolyzed to give simple sugar. Fat have the same amide linkage as pteryline. No. Proteins and nylon are polymers formed from the same monomers. So nylon is man-made while protein is natural, so formed from the same, so it does not form from the same monomers, same, not different monomers but same linkage. So this is incorrect. Proteins are natural polymers and are called polysaccharide. Proteins are natural polymers and are also called, not called polysaccharide. So this is starch. Carbohydrate are also called polysaccharide. So this is incorrect. A option is correct. The repeat unit of polymer is this. Which monomer would produce this polymer? CH3H ClBr. A option is correct. So this is all about. Hopefully you got this.